always a surprise to us.
According to them, it is.
Yeah. Oh, hey, shit. Get ready.
Yeah.
How you guys doing? Welcome to another episode of Jason and
Troy
on. Coming to you live from the Joel Farquhar Berry Center Memorial Studios here in lovely Dayton, Ohio.
And what a lovely week it's been.
Dude, that just... I think we got it.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was really good. And I didn't go like this.
Could you lower the cue card? Alright, thank you. Yeah, we're back. It's snowy as shit outside.
So snowy.
So snowy. Foot and a half. Fuck, who cares? The roads are clear now.
You know, I let the cats walk out in the yard.
Oh, how'd that go?
Well, they don't go in the yard. So Christina has done a really good job of shoveling the walkway in the back.
Yeah.
So they're like, it's like pretend to be World War I in the backyard. And they never go over the edge.
Them damn kitties.
Yeah. So, announcements in errata.
Yes. First off, we won't be on next week, in case you were looking forward to next week's episode before this one was even finished. We won't be on because I'll be out of town.
Yep. And my birthday's next week.
Yeah, so we're going to take off for his birthday.
Yeah. And also, I just want to say, guys, this is a craft. This isn't something that's easy. I mean, it may seem like we're doing this for fun, but this is something we work on every week.
Yeah, we're trying. We really are.
And I watch the videos. I watch them a couple times, and I edit them, and I watch them. And I noticed the last week when you were doing the Joel Farquhar Memorial Studios announcement, I was like saying it along with you quietly to myself, and I watched the video and I was like, why the fuck did I do that?
I don't know. I thought maybe I had an explanation, but I've got nothing.
No, nothing. Yeah. So I'm working on that.
Yes. We are honing our craft.
Yep. And hopefully someday we'll get 10 viewers, and we'll break our record of 67 views in a week on the YouTubes.
That, I mean, what dreams may come.
Right.
What dreams may come. We're just pushing content out there, and whoever receives it, thank you. And if not, well, you're missing out.
If you feel like it, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to, we understand.
Yeah, we're not in it for the accolades.
Right. We're not trying to pick up chicks. Apparently, I do that pretty well on my own.
You'll have to look at a previous episode to know what we're talking about.
See episode 101 for that. This is episode 104.
104?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, in my head...
Okay, I'm about to dive in.
Oh, wait, don't do that. Don't do that yet.
Okay.
Don't do that yet. I'm thinking in my head that we're going to go to season 2 in March.
Okay.
Anyway, for those of you who don't know, Troy has not had this particular type of bubbly. He smelled it, and it smells...
like a lollipop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's cherry static.
It's cherry nitty!
Oh, man, like... It's kind of watered down.
Yeah.
It's not bad. The flavor might pop if it was colder.
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, no calories, no sweeteners, no worries.
No trees.
No trees. Stay out of it.
Stay out of it.
Yeah, just fucking. You see a tree, you avoid that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we have optimistic nihilism on the docket.
Optimistic nihilism. Now that video you sent me was pretty funny.
Yeah, and I think that it hits my philosophy of life. Right?
Okay.
Does it hit your philosophy? Would you say that it comes close to that? So optimistic nihilism is Like, hope for the best, but don't give a shit.
Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah. And understand that we're just decaying meatbags floating on
a mud ball.
A chaotic mud ball. Yes.
Chaotic mud ball.
Yeah.
Hurtling through space.
And there's only so much that we can do to control our lives. Even unto like anybody, you know, there's only so much you can do to try to fix the chaos of the world. And I think this goes back to a previous discussion. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I'm listening.
Okay, I think this goes back to a previous discussion that we had. So the third law of thermodynamics says that everything goes to entropy, right?
Yes.
But complex systems are not impossible. Complex systems require more and more energy to maintain.
Yes.
So the more complex a society gets, the more complex a relationship gets, the harder it is to maintain it, right?
So there's a stack-up issue.
There's a stack-up issue. So you can try to control your life, but really, eventually the energy requirements of controlling everything in your life will exceed the amount that you can apply to it, or in my case, the amount that you care about it.
With that logic, we need help.
Yeah. So you know sometimes things are out of your control, and you ask a friend to help out.
Right. Yeah. Or you can. I was gonna say you can pray about it.
Well, I got a handful of shit.
Optimistic nihilism.
Yeah.
I wish I could be that nihilistic, for lack of a better term. I was going to say I just don't want to care that much, but I do care, and I think that's where frustration comes in.
Yeah.
So maybe I should. No, I don't want to be nihilistic because then that's no fun.
Say what you will about the tenets of National Socialism, at least it was an ethos. Nihilists don't care about anything. But I think I got a note about looking deep, throwing middle.
Looking deep, throwing middle. Now that could have been how we play disc golf.
It's totally because my arm isn't that good.
Yeah. Neither is mine. Oh, and speaking of arms not being good, man, I woke up with some incredible hand pain.
Yeah.
Yesterday morning. It was really bad. Like, I thought like I was in the clutches of arthritis.
Wow.
But my wife, being awesome, gave me a hand massage. That was amazing.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Allison. And she was like, "Did you do anything repetitive at work?" And I had been. No, not that. No, I don't do that at work anymore. But I had been. I was using this tool where I had to scan. No, I had to scan something.
Okay.
So I had to support the arm and scan like this, and having my hand in a pistol grip for a majority of the day. That had to have been what it was. So I was terrified at first that I would never be able to manipulate a controller again.
Your scholarship! No!
But no, getting old sucks, man.
Yeah. So I have problems when I type a lot.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times when I'm programming, a lot of times I'll type a little bit and I'll sit and I'll go, how do I approach the next thing?
Wow.
A lot of programming is thinking about your next step.
Yeah, well, the next couple steps.
Yeah. But in the role that I'm in at work, I have to I'm doing a lot of this.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I have to sent orders down the vacuum tubes to a lot of people, and I'm all like giving some information, and it's like I'm the Phantom of the Opera to a lot of people, and my arms hurt, and it'll make because like that neck problem, and it makes the nerves in my radial nerve inflame, and it sucks.
Yeah, like it was like right down through here, like whatever was dealing with the thumb.
Yeah.
Oh god, it sucked.
And one for the thumb.
One for the thumb. All right, well,
yeah.
Optimistic Nihilism ended up talking about carpal tunnel syndrome.
Yeah, that's all that. What way to drop the thread.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. I was watching this thing on covers, musical covers.
Covers. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into some other covers in a minute, but musical covers. And did you know that T-Pain covered War Pigs?
No. Well, you know how I feel about Ozzy, so I'm not up to date on.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Ozzy by himself, but Black Sabbath's first 2 albums and selected tracks from the first, say, 8 years of Black Sabbath, like except for Snowblind. Like Snowblind comes up on my phone a lot, and I'm like, Snowblind again.
I really enjoyed Faith No More's cover.
And they all sound pretty much the same.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, Faith No More's got a good cover. You know, so 1990. Okay, so 1989, The Real Thing came out, and Faith No More released it, and nothing. It was like dull, wet thud. And then they released Epic as their second single off of The Real Thing.
What was Midlife Crisis, the first one?
Midlife Crisis is on Angel Dust, yeah. So they released the second single, which was Epic, and then the third single, Falling to Pieces, which is a lot like Epic. But Epic was Epic. People dug Epic, and then I guess The Real Thing hit the charts again and got to like number 8 or 9 on the charts.
Okay.
And really kind of opened up an audience for Faith No More. And I don't know if it's because I've got an aversion to the popular albums. It's my least favorite Faith No More album.
Well, I mean, you like what you like.
Yeah. I like Angel Dust a lot.
Well, I got into Faith No More because a friend of mine had what was it, Faith No More Sucks? Or what? No. It was a double disc best of Faith No More.
What hits?
What hits?
That's a question mark on it.
Yeah, that's what it was, yeah. And I listened to that, and that's how I know Faith No More. I don't know their albums. Well, because you were into music, I was a radio kid. If it was on the radio, I knew about it.
Yeah.
I didn't start diving off of the radio track until I had moved out, really. Yeah. Because even listening to like Marilyn Manson didn't get a lot of radio play except for with the Beautiful People and the Sweet Dreams cover. But that I was into that when I was in high school, and I think we talked about it before. Somebody popped up, said, "Hey, you should check out Acid Bath if you like that," and that was my first venture away from mainstream.
Yeah.
You could look at the ICP thing, but that was MTV. So that's basically radio to me.
Yeah.
If it was on MTV, it was popular enough to be on the radio. And yeah. Where are we going with that?
I don't know. But I got a story to tell too. Do you mind if
Please tell a story. Yours have direction.
No, they don't have any direction. But it goes along with that. So, I was like into hair metal until I was 14 or 15.
Okay.
Like real into hair metal. And then my friend Eric sold me Minor Threat How to Step on vinyl for $2 so he could buy cigarettes.
Okay.
And I had this record, and I gave it to Phil, my friend Phil, and I was like, what do we do with this? Because it was a record, and it was 1990, and no one had record players. He's like, I'll work on it. So, 3 months later, he's like, I have it on tape, and it's really good. So we listened to it, and it just was like life-changing, right? And we went to Camelot Music. It was the music store at the mall that was good. There was at the Dayton Mall. I don't remember what it was. But
yeah,
I think Camelot was on where Menards is now in Minesburg. But there was another music store at the mall that was just really good. And I was like looking through Minor Threat, looking for Minor Threat. And I ended up buying the same thing that I had, but I bought it on tape. It was fine. Okay. And there was this girl there who was maybe a year or two older than me. She looked like every Fugazi fan girl that you've ever seen. You ever thought? Think of somebody who likes Fugazi and imagine them as a female. Okay. And she was like, "Oh, you like Minor Threat?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Have you heard of Fugazi?" And I was like, "No. What's that?" Ding. Yeah, and that's how I discovered Fugazi. Some girl, some angel, came down from the heavens and said, "Hey, you like this? I bet you'll like that."
Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
I missed out on so much music. I mean, I'm trying to make up for it now, but
yeah.
But yeah, I have audiophile friends such as Bryce.
Yeah.
Like anything and everything, he'd listen to it. He'd give it a shot.
Yeah. So this kind of leads into our next topic. There's a show on the YouTubes. Mm-hmm. It's called What's in My Bag.
Yeah, I am not familiar with this, but he is, and he was. I saw a blurb on it.
Yeah. There is a record store chain on the West Coast called Amoeba Records.
Okay.
And I've been to the one in San Francisco. I think there might be two in San Francisco, but the one in San Francisco is in the Haight-Ashbury. Like it's either at Haight and Ashbury or right off the block from Haight-Ashbury. And like if you look at Amoeba Records on YouTube, you'll find all kinds of stuff. Like there is a Camper Van Beethoven live version of Take the Skinheads Bowling. And if you watch the video of Take the Skinheads Bowling from like the 80s, they're in a bowling alley. What had happened was that bowling alley closed, Amoeba Records bought it and built their record store in the bowling alley that Take the Skinheads Bowling was filmed in. So yeah, so it's like a giant circle where the cameraman Beethoven guys are like, "Hey, we filmed this video here." But anyway, there's this show called What's in My Bag, and it's fantastic. Like if you are not sure about some kind of music that you want to listen to, or you want to get into something, like watch somebody who's an artist, right? Like I watched the Elijah Wood. Episode of it. Yeah. And he was going through his stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, I bought this Bow Wow Wow record." I didn't know whether I liked Bow Wow Wow or not. I know I like. Didn't they do I Like Candy? Isn't that I Want Candy? No, I think that's the Waitresses. But
anybody out there have anything to contribute on that?
But anyway, I downloaded Bow Wow Wow's first album, and it's really good. They've got this bass, the bass player. He is magnificent. It's just like it's not like Les Claypool bass, but it's fast and it's up on the neck. There's like right, just good stuff. And I watched the Bill Hader one, and Bill Hader requested to be on What's in My Bag, and Bill Hader is just the most likable dude, most likable Midwest guy. I just want to. MC Chris, I want candy. Yeah, I want candy, bubblegum, and taffy.
Oh.
Yeah.
MCP pants.
Yeah. But Bill Hader's really likable. He was talking about the Ramones, and he quoted this Ramones documentary where Dee Dee Ramone was like, "Yeah, Joey was great. He liked it. He was really smart. He made French fried potatoes."
Oh yeah, the conversation we had about
Dee Dee Ramone. He was a hustler. He was, to tangent a little bit, we could talk about what we talked about before, but Dee Dee Ramone was the most hardcore and street member of the Ramones.
Okay.
He had a past. He did some things to survive. people do things to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Not good or bad, but sometimes you gotta do things to survive. He had a pretty hardcore heroin addiction. I think that's what got him eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And but he wrote a lot of good songs for Ramones. He was like one of their most prolific songwriters.
Okay.
And then he did something called D.D. King with Ramones, and he started a hip hop career.
Wow, I did not know that.
And it was not good.
So the transition from punk to hip hop didn't work as well for the Ramone as it did for the Beastie.
And I think that he did the exact same thing the Beastie Boys did, and his D.D. King persona was a lot like if he was in Run DMC. Like he had a hat and some chains.
Like a bucket.
Yeah.
Velvet Kangol.
Yeah.
Bucket.
Yeah.
I like bucket hats.
Yeah. But not buckle hats.
No, not a fan of those.
You know, weirdly, I watched this other show and we'll go on a tangent for just a second. But
no, I can tangent with you.
Okay. So I watched this show. I'm gonna put this here so you can rest control if you need to. I watched this show on YouTube called Esoterica.
Okay.
And it's this guy who has a degree in he's got a doctorate in religion, and he's from the South and he lives in Detroit now and he's married to this rabbi.
No, just well-rounded.
Yeah. Real cool guy, but his thing is on like magic and esoterica and like weird religious history. And he was talking about like the birth of the modern interpretation of the witch.
Oh, okay.
And it's from the 1400s. There's all these books talking about how to how these inquisitors find heretics and witches, and they wrote all this stuff down about magic and shit, right? And he mentioned, he's like, pilgrims, with their buckle hats. And I was like, I have never heard somebody else say buckle hat before. Because when somebody is being unnecessarily conservative, sometimes I'll call them a buckle hat. And it was pretty earth-shaking to me.
Somebody else subscribes to my train of thought?
Right. Buckle hats. Fucking buckle hats. I hate them.
Puritanical.
Anyway, that's what I got.
What's in my bag on YouTube?
Yeah.
My family hipped me to another show
Yeah.
on YouTube, how it's actually made, and that shit was funny. It's like how it's made, but smartass, and I can get down with that. Yeah, just a little bit. But the episode they showed me was how they make chocolate. And it was just the little small comments are what makes it.
Yeah, they trick it into being night, so they take off their shells.
Yeah. They sing lullabies. And then when they cut open the burlap sack of cocoa beans, it's like one bag is made an example of for the other employees. And it was really cute and really funny. I would suggest looking that up on YouTube if you get a chance. How it's actually made.
It's bitchin'.
It's bitchin'.
Have you ever watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
Yeah, I'm scratching the inside of my thigh. It's not my junk.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, I know we're not this live feed. But yeah, Bill and Ted.
Yeah, Bill and Ted. They
had a bogus journey. They had an excellent adventure.
Actually, The Bogus Journey is a far better movie than Excellent Adventure.
Yeah, well, I can see that.
Yeah, and they also don't say the F word in Bogus Journey. They say the derogatory F word.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, anyway, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. They're in the police station, and they're like, hey, we should put a tape recorder here to distract everybody. So when we're done with this, I'm going to put a tape recorder here. And they had put a tape recorder there to distract everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're helping themselves in the future from the past.
Which you did.
I did.
Today.
Which was weird.
Oh, it was so genius. It's the small things that really get us good.
So these chairs, they have hex bolts that loosen up.
Yeah, so why? I don't know. but you can loosen and tighten the legs. And as we were getting ready...
I like a real loose leg on my chair.
yeah, that's just a wobble. I sat down and, I don't know, my heart stopped because I thought I was about to fall even further than I was supposed to. And Jason was like, well, we can tighten up the legs on that. Flip the chair over, and the hex key, Allen wrench, whatever you want to call it, was already underneath the chair. So it was a Bill and Ted moment.
It was.
And it bears repeating. That's how cool it was. How are we doing on time?
We have 5 minutes.
We filled this up.
We did.
You want to talk about your Stephen King anthology?
Yeah, so there's a Stephen King anthology series coming out, a book series, and it's not written by Stephen King, so usually he's pretty protective of his properties. Mm-hmm. And you know everything ties together, right? Everything is Stephen King. Okay.
Yeah, it's like Kevin Smith.
Yeah, it is a lot like Kevin Smith. Anyway, so there's an anthology series coming out that is all individual authors writing from the perspective of The Stand.
Okay.
Which, if you've ever read The Stand, when I was a sophomore in high school, Phil let me borrow the unabridged Stand, which is like, The Stand is like 700 pages, but the unabridged is like 1,200, and it was hardback. It was like this fucking thick, it weighed like 25 pounds, and it was in my backpack the whole, I'm like, that's probably...
That kid must read Stephen King.
He's a fan.
I've seen that in a movie somewhere. Yeah.
I bought a bunch of shirts.
Yeah, dude, I bought a bunch of shirts. Like, Allison, she'll be like, you bought a lot of fucking shirts.
I bought a pack of horror-themed shirts, and I think this is the one I've worn the most.
Yeah? Well, this is a Dayton original.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But, yeah. Oh, sports, before we go. Captain Jack. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. The sack, scoop, and score.
Captain Jack beat high tonight?
I was feeling pretty elevated after watching my phone when that score happened in the Texas-Ohio State game.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the Ravens beat the Steelers last night.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, both of them?
Yeah. When the Ravens and the Steelers play, the only thing I can hope for is a plane crash. So
how do they both lose?
Right.
How can they both lose?
Right. In the playoffs, like how can they? Yeah. But okay, so let's talk about the Lions for a second, right?
Okay, Lions.
So the Lions are a snake-bitten.
The Lions, Tigers, and Bears are all in the same area.
Yeah, the Bears and the Lions are in the same division, and they're in the NFC North, and the Bengals are in the AFC North.
I was thinking about Detroit Tigers, Detroit Lions, and Chicago Bears.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they are. They're all in the same place. Oh my.
Oh my.
Yeah. So I consider the Lions the Browns of the NFC.
Okay.
Right? They've not had very much success over the years. And just like the Browns, they get shit on every year. And now the Lions are good. The Lions are so good. Christina and I, Monday was Monday night. We decided to watch the last game of the season, which was the Vikings and the Lions. And the Vikings are really good too. Actually, Sam Darnold, who has gotten shit for every year he's been in the NFL, is really good. And watching the game, man, they fucking shut them down, shut the Vikings down.
Okay, the Lions.
And they just tore it up. And I'm like, man, they're gonna win the Super Bowl, and the Browns are gonna be like one of the last teams to not win the Super Bowl. And that's gonna suck.
It builds character.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, because we're a couple of characters.
Yeah, and but it's crazy. Like so the Lions are one of the teams that go for it on the fourth down the most.
And that's logically, or that's statistically the better choice.
The better choice, yeah. There's and there's like models you can run, like you can plug in like what down it is, what time it is, what your record is, and statistically you can have it spit it out.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lions coach, whose name escapes me right now, doesn't even do that. He's just like, fuck it, let's do it, and just does it, and they're just really good, and I want to root for them, but also as a Browns fan, I want them to wallow in pain with me.
It's a shared experience.
It is a shared experience, but my heart goes out to Lions fans.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll conclude our episode this week. Thank you for joining us.
See you in two for two. 2 and 2.
2. Yeah, 2 on, 1 off. That seems to be what we've been doing.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
I'll be leaving on a jet plane, and I know when I'll return. How we going, guys?